Warning: what you're about to watch may trigger some viewers. Watch at your own risk. Hey guys, BAB back at you. It's been a while. A lot of things have changed. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight on into it. So here we go. All right, as you guys can see, we got the fast LXX HR. Nothing's changed there besides injectors, all that stuff. All that's the same. Turbo's the same. You guys see we're getting pretty empty up here. A lot more different than the last time. Redid a couple things, got the harness hidden, kind of like tucked a little bit. You can see if we go back here, there's no longer a bed. Bed's been gutted, fuel cells in, just got to plumb it, fuel tanks out, got to get the rest of the emission shit out of there. Battery's been relocated, got ourselves a master switch now. A little bit of fab work, went ahead, we got traction bars still the same, got drop brackets. We're now running slider mounts now, so I don't know, slider mounts that help it separate. Also got QA1s, double adjustables, as you guys can see here. A lot of stuff's changed inside the truck. Not really changed much. Kind of working on the front, and then I'm going to work on the back, and we're going to go ahead and then work on this last once we go ahead and get it running. Anyhow, just cleaning it all up. Got to redo some fuel lines here. I just had that all in. I had an incident with the motor. Something got sucked in when I put the intake on, so I had to tear it all back apart, heads off, all that. Freaking sucked. Wasn't happy about it. Freaking upsets me. I got the truck all torn apart like this, and just pollen is attacking everything. Freaking so disappointing. Also, we are doing some crazy stuff not a lot of people do. Give me a minute here and we'll go ahead and get that set up for you guys. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, that's going to be back here. There's no longer going to be a radiator in the front. All we're going to have up front is the engine, turbo, intercooler. That's all we're going to have up there. If you guys excuse my junk pile here, it's just a 1.5 inch exhaust pipe. That's going to get changed too. I got AN fittings here. As you guys can see, I'm working on the AN lines right here. I'm just going to weld a bung straight to this. It'll be alright. I ain't too worried about it. I got an aluminum welder, but I don't have any argon to TIG weld it yet, or to stick weld, whatever it is. An aluminum welding gun. But cleaning up here, got new lights and everything for it. Just really cleaning it all up, getting all the weight out from in front of this thing, because whenever I'm running it pretty good, I get about 5, I'd say. It really starts to separate, and it gets to a point where the tire just can't hold it anymore. And being the fact that I gutted the bed, so you know the bed's all gutted and everything, I can't get enough traction with these tires anyhow. I have not tried it with true radials or slicks. I don't have the wheels for it right now, and I just haven't kind of gotten to that point yet. Every time I go to do something, I ended up going a different direction with the truck. I got my Big Daddy fuel pump again. Got us Aeromotive. I think it's like 300 or 400 gallons an hour. I don't remember. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting these AN lines made for the coolant system, and I will show you when I get that all back on. All right, everybody. Got the AN lines on. It's pretty jank. I had to go to an alternate route. I couldn't get the nut or the fitting inside the nut when it was in the sleeve, and it come to find out that the inner diameter of the nut for the AN fitting just was not right. So doing it kind of janky here. I'm gonna see if it holds. If not, oh well. I'll have it running and then I'll just return the shit if it doesn't work. But it's in. See, I got AN line coming down there to I got a piece of 1.5 inch 1.5 inch pipe going the whole way down. It's tucked inside the rocker. It's only temporary. Going to go ahead and go back through later on and redo that. So we're gonna go ahead and work on getting the hoses made for the rear. Probably gonna have to do some more jank shit to make it work, but hey, it's me, so I'm fucking jank, so who cares. And then after we get the radiator hoses plumbed, I gotta wire the fuel pump, plumb the fuel pump, gotta remake the fuel lines for up here, because me being a fucking dumbass, I put the crossover up front, and obviously it's not gonna work with the alternator. So I just got to, I'm gonna come off here with a 90 and I'm gonna shoot under there and make a 90 off of that bracket down there and put the plug from back there up front. And then I'm not gonna worry about the return right now. I'm just running straight feed anyway. Running your fuel pump deadhead straight to the rail at full pressure is never a good idea. I only suggest doing it if it's only gonna be a temporary basis. So once we get that sorted, I'm gonna order the fitting for the return line. I'm just using the stock lines from the gas tank up. It's same thing as dash 6 for right now, and then I never had any issues out of it, and plus with this pump here I'm not too worried about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get working on that, and I'll show you guys what's up then. Well guys, it's running. I got shit just kind of fucking mocked up here. I forgot to wire my main battery wire, but it runs. AN lines are ghetto as fuck. My fuel pump is slowly dying, I think. I don't know what's up with it. I'm dropping fuel pressure like 30 psi and it just died. And the fuel pump doesn't sound happy, and I got fuel, but I don't know exactly what's going on. Let's see if she'll, nope. Can't show you guys this part. Sorry. Let's see if we can't fire it back up. Yeah, see, it's just struggling to run. But got a coolant reservoir. I got to tighten some post clamps. I got a couple of dribbles. Yeah, see, it shuts off again. But it runs. Shut up. Alright, cut the power. Still gotta finish mounting. I gotta through bolt that for the mount. And coolant lines are janky as hell. But overall, it's not so bad. Got a lot of stuff inside to do. I had to tear all this back apart again just to figure out, and then I realized this wire here is your main battery for your injectors. I forgot to wire it in like a dumbass. So I had to tear all this back apart, and I remembered there was a wire there. I couldn't, and I was like, I knew there's a wire. I'm missing a wire. I can't figure it out. And then I looked up and because my input output connector is right there as well, and sure as shit, fucking there it was, and it hit me in the head like a fucking moron. But I got a little shield here to try and keep water out. I got to silicone all this up and so forth. But runs, the AN lines are kind of jank. It just barely clears. I got to pull the intake back off again, that way I can run the heater hoses, because I got to get the fittings off. And then I got 90s down there, but I'm gonna put 90s here, and I'm gonna have it loop around and follow the heater hoses and have it shoot up in there. And then after I get the fuel pump figured out, or at least wired, I might have to buy a new pump. I can tie up the rest of this, get the intercooler and shit in here, because I'm gonna put the intercooler right here. And I'm gonna try to get a tall intercooler. That way I can make it look like it has a radiator. And I might look for a new core support. I'm not 100% yet, because so I can put the hood last back in. But overall, it's looking pretty good. It's coming together. I'm happy it runs. I fried the old Holly. I don't know what happened. I put the intake on it, and then I had to tear the motor back apart. and I went to fire it up, and I was reading like -7 map pressure, and I was messing around with it, and I said fuck it, I grabbed another map sensor, I plugged in, and then it was reading +7. And then I fucked with it for a while trying to get it to start, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then all of a sudden the fucking Holly, I went to turn it on, and the Holly just didn't turn on anymore, and I was like, what the fuck happened? And a buddy let me borrow his X-Max, and he came over, and I plugged it up in, fired right up. So I was like, well, the Holly's dead. I tore the Holly apart. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I just got to find someone that knows what they're doing with them and see if they have a bench tester to test them out, figure out what happened. Then I can buy another harness, and I'll have another Holly.